So you want to start up in business. You want to be your own boss. Let me ask you a question. 12 months from now, when it comes down to that business idea that you have, when it comes down to the skill, the idea that you have that you want to turn into money, specifically, what would you like to be celebrating? 12 months from now, when it comes down to the business, what would you like to be celebrating? Now, your answer and the results that you're going to get will depend on whether you are maintaining life or you are progressing in life. Maintaining is just doing the same thing on a day-to-day basis. Progressing in life is doing something different, something that's going to propel you forward towards that business, towards that goal that you are chasing after. Most people that I meet, they can't get their business ideas fully off the ground because they are way too busy maintaining life. And if maintaining life is getting in the way of starting your business, the world is moving really, really fast. So you're probably missing out on vital opportunities. So let me give you 3 simple things that you can do today, and you can start that today, to move from maintaining in life to progressing in life, and progressing particularly towards being in business for yourself, because that's what we're here for. Now, it's going to take me a short time to tell you these 3 things. If you don't have that time to spare, then not a problem. I hope that you find a solution to moving from maintaining in life to progressing in life and going after that business and turning those skills and ideas that you have into money. My name is Anthony Charles, and whether you are running a business already or you're just dreaming about leaving that 9 to 5, I'm here to help you to turn those skills and those ideas into real money by growing your impact, your influence, and your income. It's time to be more, it's time to do more, it's time to have more, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So are you ready? Let me give you the first thing that you need to be doing to move from just maintaining in life to progressing in life. The first thing is learning how to prioritize. You would have heard me talk about this before. You've got to build a good schedule, and you've got to fight like mad to prioritize things in life and get good at prioritizing the right thing. Okay. When it comes down to maintaining in life, there's a routine there. If you look at your life and you are just going through maintaining, there's lots of routines there. The thing is, you need to change it. And how are you going to know what to change? Now, in my video where I talk about maximizing your 24 hours with one simple step, I have a simple sheet that you download and you track your time all during the day. I would say to you, you can do a lot worse than downloading that sheet and getting to work. Yes, it can be tedious. Yes, it can take you some time, but it's going to save you time because it's going to teach you how to look at your day and how to really maximize your day. You've got to begin to understand the difference between the urgent and the important. I've told you about this before. The urgent things are not just emergencies or things that pop up. Your phone rings and somebody says, look, I need your help. No. That's not the urgent things. The urgent things are those things, but they are also things that you just do before the important things. You see, the important things are there and you say, okay, I've got to do that. But the urgent things are things that come up and you say, oh, I'll just do this first, or I'll just do this and then. Those are the things that get in the way. And let me tell you something. While you're doing all the urgent things and those things just popping up, the important thing is sitting there saying, yeah, that's cool when you're ready. No, don't worry me. I'm still be here. And the only thing is, one day you look at the important thing and it's become urgent. And that's when it gets really bad. So you've got to be able to prioritize and know what you are going to do and when you are going to do it. One of the things that's really useful for me is the acronym WIN, W-I-N. What's important now? I ask myself that all the time. Every time I undertake something, every time I'm doing something, I'm asking myself, W-I-N, what's important now? Are the things that I am undertaking, are the things that I am prioritizing right now taking me any closer to the dreams, the goals, the aspirations, the things that I want to do, the things I want to have, the things I want to share, the things that I want to achieve? You've got to ask yourself that question. And whatever you are undertaking, you have to make sure you're prioritizing the right things. It's like course correction. You will start off at a point and sometimes you may begin to deviate. That's okay. But you must course correct, and that means you just got to keep making those slight adjustments to stay on track to achieve your business goals. If I've started here and you say, look, in 12 months time, I want to celebrate this in business, then you've got to be able to look and monitor what you are doing on a month-to-month basis, at the very least. I would say a week-to-week basis, to make sure you're staying on track. So in 12 months time, you get to have that celebration that you've talked about, the things that you've answered me that you want to celebrate in the next 12 months. It's continuous monitoring. That's the first thing you need to do. Get good at prioritizing. Number 2, if you want to get into business, you want to turn those skills and those ideas that you have into real money, you have to have a business plan. I'm not going to get into the debate on whether you need a business plan or not. Some people say you just need one piece of paper and you can put your whole business plan on one piece of paper. That's good if you want to inspire yourself, if you want to get a, just an outline of what you're going to be doing. If you really want to understand what you're going to do in business, if you want to get any kind of finance, if you want to get any kind of funding, good luck with that one piece of paper. Because unless they know you and you are super and they are invested in you, they're going to want more than what you're going to put on that piece of paper before they put their hands in their pocket and they give you their hard-earned cash. Right. So you need to have a business plan. I would have said to do your business plan first. This would have been my number 1 of the 3 things that you can do. But because people are bad at prioritizing, they probably won't get round to doing the business plan. So I've started off by talking about prioritizing. And if you learn how to prioritize, then you can make time to do this. Number 2, your business plan. I know you can do this. I do. You wouldn't be watching this. You wouldn't be still listening to me now if you couldn't. There's a reason why you're still here. Now, if you haven't properly taken on step number 1, prioritizing, then please go back and do it. This video is going to be here when you get back to this point. If you haven't started on that yet, go back and start that. If you have, let's keep on going. It doesn't matter to me if you like and subscribe. I'd like you to, but what's more important to me is that you succeed, that you use the principles here, you implement them, and you succeed. Remember my question at the beginning? 12 months from now, when it comes down to your business, your ideas, your skills that you want to turn into money, what would you like to be celebrating? And if you've got challenges answering the question at this point, then maybe you haven't got a real plan. And that's why it's important to have that business plan, because if you're having trouble answering where you want to be in 12 months time, then you haven't got a plan of action. I'm going to tell you how important the business plan is. It's like having a sat nav. Imagine having a sat nav and you type in the area or the postcode where you want to go to. You put in the postcode. Now the sat nav is going to rely on your location so that it can show you the route to get there. What happens if you switch off locations? What happens if the sat nav cannot find a location? It will show you where the destination is. How are you going to get there? It's part of a plan. And I know some people will say to me, well, what's the point of writing a plan? It never goes the way I've written it down. It never goes the way I've planned it. Yeah. Has your sat nav ever changed? When you're driving along, has the sat nav ever changed and said, look, we found a faster route for you? Have you never come up to a place where there's a roadblock or there's an accident on the road and then you have to reroute the sat nav? Have you ever been driving on a sat nav and you've missed your turn? What does the sat nav do? Does it just say, oh, it doesn't go to plan? It hasn't gone to plan. You find your own way there. You don't need a sat nav. No, you don't do that. It reroutes, and that's what you'll do with your business plan. If you start with your plan and your plan of action doesn't go to plan, you reroute. At least you've got a point of reference on where you started and where you are going to get to. Too many people are busy and they're working away, and I applaud their actions. The main thing, I look at their action and I say, is that correct? Should you be doing that right now? What's that based on? And if you're not sure what it's based on and why you're doing it, it's almost like driving down the road and somebody will say to you, are you following the sat nav? No, I'm just making good time. Where are you going to? I don't know. I'm just going to get there faster. Come on. You need some sort of a plan. Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I'm going to spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. What does that mean? It has a number of meanings. Preparation. I see too many people, they are working away. It's almost like chopping a tree, and you're looking at this person and they're chopping a tree down and you're thinking, why don't you just stop and sharpen the axe? No, I'm too busy chopping. The 4 hours to sharpen the axe is preparation. That's what your plan is. I watch sports. Well, not that many sports. I watch basketball. And I tell you something, there's some amazingly talented people in the basketball world, in the NBA. But one of the things that I see a lot of time that sets one team apart from the other team is the plans that they put in place. They have what's called set plays, and I watch them running this set play, and they keep on running this set play, and I'm thinking the other team have now worked out what you're doing. They still can't stop you because of the set play. You have moves like the pick and roll. Chicago Bulls were famous for the triangular offense, and when that was in play, it was very difficult to stop. So it's all part of a plan. You need a plan. Have you, has that dawned on you that I'm passionate about plans? You do need a plan. Now, if you like this kind of video where I share what I've learned through my experiences and how I use it to determine the decisions I make in my life and how it can help you as well, then get on my program, which is the Ultimate Business Blueprint. It's the ultimate business program that turns your skills and your ideas into money in as little as 30 days. Check it out in the link below. Point number 3 is to understand your reason why. And this is absolutely powerful. Understanding your reason why. Because look, I can really do a video where I don't talk about something to do with mindset, because you are going to win or lose every single battle, every single challenge you have. You're going to win or lose it in your mind first. And that's why you need to know your reason why, because when you understand your reason why, the why comes from your head and it comes from your heart as well. And your reason why is going to keep you on course with your business plan. It's going to keep you on course with your prioritizing. It's going to keep you on course with your focus. You must know your reason why. Let me tell you, when I've really understood the power of my why, my mentor Tom was always telling me that the why was important. And one day we'd gone to a conference at Wembley Conference Centre when it was still here. And afterwards we went to have a talk in the Ibis Hotel in Wembley. And I sat down with Tom, and he was busy mapping out a game plan for me. But he knew that he had to really make me understand how to go from where I was to where we were planning to get to. So he kept on saying to me, look, I know that it looks big, but you must understand your why. You must understand your why. And I was saying, yes, Tom, yes, Tom, yes, Tom. But I think he knew I wasn't getting it. So he gave me an example that blew my mind. He looked at a door and he said, see that door over there? He said to me, could you break that door down? So I looked at the door and I thought, I guess so. Yeah, I could break the door down. He said to me, what if you heard your daughter's voice? That's my eldest. I only had one child at the time. He said, what if you heard your daughter's voice on the other side of that door? And she was saying, Dad, help me, help me. And you looked and you could see smoke coming out from under the door. I tell you something, even thinking about it now, my blood runs cold. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And I just looked at Tom and I said, Tom, I said to him, the door might still be standing, but there's going to be no building left around it. I'm getting in that room. And he said, when you know your why, he said, the how will present itself. Stop worrying about the how. That was the point in my life when I understood the why was important, because when he told me about breaking down the door, I was indifferent. Once he gave me a reason why I needed to break down the door, it became so clear to me why the why is important. You must know your why. And when it comes to your why, the why is going to give you the power. It's going to make things bearable. It's going to even make things exciting, because you can choose to go through life and you can be pulled by your dreams, or you can be pushed by your circumstances. I've done both of them. I'm telling you, being pushed by your circumstances is horrible. They talk about the pursuit of happiness. Well, what about the happiness of pursuit? Isn't that a better way to go? You know, maintaining is comfortable. If you just maintain life, you're going to be comfortable. But progress requires, in fact, progress demands discomfort. You've got to step out of that comfort zone. That's what you've got to do. You've got to understand your why so you can step out of your comfort zone. In the comments below, please let me know what action you're going to take today to move towards the celebration that you want to achieve in 12 months' time. That answer that you gave me at the beginning, I've asked you throughout this video, the thing that you're going to be celebrating in 12 months' time, let me know in the comments what action that you are going to be taken. And some of you will do it, some of you won't. Sometimes you're scared because you think, if I type it, I'm going to be hung by my tongue. No, type it so you can give yourself the inspiration to do what it takes to move forward. So if you're ready to be more, to do more, and to have more, and to get on that road, turning those ideas and those skills into money, then do yourself a favor, download my business startup checklist. It's going to give you a clear picture as to where you are in your business right now, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to be doing next. All that's left for me to say to you is keep on being amazing, because you are. Feeling good? Want more results like this? Let's keep that momentum going with this video here. Also, click on my head here to subscribe.